Throughout the ages, questions have been whispered in moments of longing, fear, devotion, and hope. Some were spoken aloud, some were prayed in silence, all were heard. The Oracle of Ages now begins to share their stories. These are not merely tales from distant centuries, they are reflections of the questions that still live within us. Why do the wounded speak in riddles? Scribe tending battlefield survivors, Thebes, 672 BCE. The Scribe of Thebes. He had another name once, but it dissolved with the bloodied bandages he tied too many times. Menwetu was not a soldier. He was trained to copy glyphs onto temple stone and account for grain. But war came, not to the strong first, but to the still. He was conscripted not to fight, but to witness, to sit beside the broken and retrieve what the medics could not. He was taught to take testimony. But what he received were poems, shattered utterances from those too hurt to speak plainly. And so, Menwetu began recording riddles in his ledger, puzzle phrases from soldiers gasping through pain. Quote, "The sun was made of spears today," unquote. Quote, "Tell my daughter the river forgot me," unquote. Quote, "The God who eats silence visited me twice," unquote. Others dismissed these as delirium, but Menwetu knew better. He saw that trauma translated truth into metaphor because direct speech was too sharp. He filled scroll after scroll with riddled testimonies. He learned to read the fracture, to sense meaning beneath madness. His greatest gift was presence. One soldier once wept into his lap and said, "You are the only man who heard me without cutting me again." Spirit speaks of him now. He asks his question not in bitterness, but in reverence. He loved the riddles of the wounded because he understood that their veiled words were acts of survival. Spirit says he was one of the first archivists of pain, a translator of the unspeakable. He taught us that wounded do not want answers, they want company in the sacred ambiguity. He wrote their pain so that the world would not forget what war costs, not in soldiers, but in language. His scrolls were never found, but one phrase remains, etched into the wall of an old tomb. Quote, "Not all riddles are to be solved. Some are to be held." Unquote.